Dear students, so today we are talking about our experiment number 2, where we do the measurement. So it's about determination of the speed of ultrasound in a liquid. So sound comes in different forms. The normal sound that we hear is from 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, and all the sound frequencies which are above 20 kilohertz are called ultrasounds. So in this experiment, we have got a setup where we can do the measurement of the velocity or the speed of ultrasound in a liquid. This is the cell where an ultrasound gets produced, and then there is some liquid contained within the cell, and then there is a measurement device. So this is the cell that controls the main part of this experiment. And then this part of the setup is doing the production of the power supply for the production of the ultrasound, and also it measures how much electricity is produced or the current produced and so forth. So we will see in detail in later part of our experiment. So first, let's also discuss how this determination of the weight, the velocity or the speed of ultrasound is important in our daily life context. So one of the very useful example of such measurements would be, because ultrasounds are used in military equipments like the sonars. So where you want to measure the distance between the surface of the sea with the ship or the submarine that you have, or between two submarines, the distance between two different ships. So in that case, you need to do the measurement of the speed of the ultrasound. So one ship is here, another ship is there. So one ship produces the ultrasound, then the ultrasound moves through the liquid and then reflects from that object and then comes back. And from this, the ultrasound that it takes, amount of time that it moves and comes back. So from there you can calculate the distance between these two objects. So in this case, you have to find out first what is the velocity of the ultrasound in that particular liquid. So it's just one of the example where you take a sample liquid in here and then you find out the velocity of the ultrasound in that medium. Of course, the velocity of the ultrasound will depend on both its wavelength and its frequency, and also the density of the liquid being used. So one expression that we use generally in this experiment, the main expression is V is equal to nu lambda. So that's the velocity or the speed of the ultrasound in a medium, and that is given by the frequency and the wavelength of the ultrasound. In this experiment, you will be given the frequency of the ultrasound, which is 2 megahertz, and you will have to measure the wavelength of the ultrasound in the given liquid, and from these two, you will be able to calculate the velocity of the ultrasound. So that's basically the theory background behind this experimental setup. So next we will go into detail of how to do the measurements and what are the things that you have to be very careful in doing the measurements.